Greetings, River Lady here, and the topic of this video is feeding songbirds suet during the wintertime. Say that 3 times fast. Feeding songbirds suet during the wintertime, feeding songbirds suet during the wintertime, feeding songbirds suet. Yeah, I can't. Anyway, let's get back to the topic, feeding songbirds suet during the wintertime. Many people are aware that you want to feed songbirds seeds during the wintertime. I also feed my bluebirds mealworms. So I use black oil sunflower seed or striped sunflower seed. I don't buy the seed that's already husked. I don't spend the money on that. The birds can take the shells off on their own. And I don't tend to buy mixed seed. Sunflower seed is the best seed, provides ample protein, provides good fat for the birds. So that's a wonderful seed to put in your feeders. If you have a lot of sparrows and you want to keep them away from the sunflower, then you can put mixed seed in another feeder and let the sparrows go after that, because they'll eat the little round balls, the red and white millet. But birds like goldfinches, titmice, chickadees, they don't really like the millet seed, so sunflower always works best for them. Okay, so putting out feeders with seed in them is a great thing to do for the wintertime for songbirds. However, you also need to provide suet. Suet provides fat for the birds. Just like humans need fat, we need carbohydrates, we need proteins, and we need what are called essential fats. Birds also need fats. And birds burn a lot more calories than humans do, especially songbirds with their high metabolism and trying to stay warm during the cold winter nights. So they need a lot of calories, and seeds don't always cut it for them. So that's why adding suet to your bird feeding stations is a great idea. Because I like to feed as many songbirds as I possibly can, I have a lot of suet feeders up around my property. At last count, I have 9 suet feeders. It's just these little cages, as you can see here, that the black-capped chickadee is hanging on, and then the suet cake goes inside. So let's talk a little bit about the type of suet you should use. When I have the opportunity, I'll buy a value pack of suet. This is plain suet. It has a little bit of birdseed added to it. Doesn't have any of the fancy flavors. It's very inexpensive. This package I got at Walmart, and it ends up being 89 cents per cake. My hardware store also sells the same package, and because their prices are a little higher, it ends up costing about $1.50 per cake. They're not fancy cakes. They're just pretty much plain suet, like I said, with just a few seeds added, and the birds love them because what the birds are going after are the suet. They're not going after any of the fancy flavorings that are placed in the suet. And there are a ton of fancy flavorings on the market. You can get suet with apple pieces added to it, party mix suet, which probably has marijuana, cherry treats, berry treats. You can get peanuts added to your suet, no melt suet, which is great if you're putting your suet up during the summertime. But during the winter, you don't have to worry about your suet melting. Don't spend too much on your suet. 99 cents per cake is pretty much the highest you should go. If you want to make your own suet for the birds, you want to be careful about the ingredients you use. You never want to use bacon fat. Bacon comes with a lot of additives that birds don't need. Back when I was little, my mother was able to get suet for free from the butcher shop, but stores now charge for beef suet, which tends to be safe for birds, but really it's easier just to buy the cakes and slide them into the little cages. Another problem with offering animal fat directly from your kitchen to the birds is that you encourage raiders to also visit your suet feeders. Now, purchasing suet is not going to necessarily stop animals from coming to the suet feeders, but it will help to cut down on the visitors. Truly, the easiest way to serve suet to the birds is to buy the cakes, buy the inexpensive varieties, place them inside the little cages, and hang the cages around your property. If you live in an apartment, you can hang a suet cage above your balcony if you have a balcony, or you might be able to hang a cage in any vegetation that is around the apartment building's property. Are there trees that you can hang a suet cage from? If you live in a house, you can do what I do and sprinkle them around the perimeter of your property. It's great because no matter what window you go to, you have birds to watch. Birds love suet. Suet, it's a bird magnet, and it doesn't, as I said, it doesn't have to be loaded with berries and all sorts of other crazy things. You do want to make sure that every time you put a fresh cake in the suet feeder that you clean the suet feeder, and that just takes soaking it in hot water so that the fat melts, and then wiping it down and putting a fresh cake in the suet feeder. And man, you are going to be rewarded with a ton of birds coming to visit you. Imagine how excited you'll be when you look out your window and you see bluebirds at your suet feeder, or when your children see bluebirds, or woodpeckers, or robins. Robins love suet. Starlings love suet. So many birds love suet. So get your suet feeders up and feed those birds that healthy fat so that they become plump like this little bluebird and they make it through the cold winter nights. It's estimated that about 20% of songbirds die during the winter season, and that is from those frigid nights that we can have. So we want to keep our birds healthy. Look at these bluebirds. I just want to squeeze their little bodies, but not too hard. And that will do it for me. I hope you will subscribe to my channel, and please share my videos and help get me more subscribers. Get out there on the street and say, hey, subscribe to River Lady's channel or Cynthia Clemens' channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching my video on feeding songbird suet in the wintertime. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. And happy bird watching, happy new year, and May 2021 be gentle and kind to you. Bye.